quiz. Who was the first rapper to wear BAPE? And if you say Kanye or Pharrell, you're wrong. Let me explain. Before we get started, let me know what you think it is in the comments down below. And if you don't know, don't look at the comments. First, I want to clear a little bit things up. It's not Soulja Boy. I already know I'm getting some hate in the comments. He probably gonna appear in the comments, but I just gotta say it's not Soulja Boy. He did not do it first. But it is safe to say that Soulja Boy played a big part in the rise of BAPE. Man has a whole song called I Got Me Some Bapes. If you guys old enough to remember, he even dropped a shoe called Yums that was pretty much Bapesters. As you'll see further on in this video, it's actually pretty common for a lot of rappers to do this. But it is safe to say that Soulja Boy was not the first. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Kanye and Pharrell weren't the first ones, but I can see why you think that. They played a big part in BAPE's upcoming. But so did a lot of rappers. Now mind you, BAPE was started in 1993 in Japan by a man named Nigo. When I say Nigo was a big fan of hip hop, he was a big fan of, mind you, it was around 1993, so around this time, LL Cool J was his favorite. But the special thing about Nigo is that he didn't just love rap, he participated in rap too. He was the DJ for the Teriyaki Boys. Yes, the Teriyaki Boys. It was actually no surprise to see that later on, Nigo developed relationships with Kanye and Pharrell, some of the biggest rappers at that time. Out of all the rappers that Nigo was able to get connected with, Pharrell and Kanye were the only ones to actually grasp Nigo's love of fashion. You can clearly see that from the love that Nigo showed Kanye and Pharrell. For example, this famous photo is of Kanye pretty much picking out a whole bunch of pairs of Bapesters, but it wasn't like he was buying the Bapesters. Nah, Nigo was just like, which one do you want? Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you your own pair. He then gave us one of the most expensive pair of Bapesters that sold for $100,000. This was big for Kanye because he always wanted his own shoe, and if you guys probably realized already, this was more than just a shoe. It also featured a picture of the Dropout Bear, which I feel like is one of the most genius attempts at a mascot marketing for artists, which is something that Nigo was known for, more specifically Baby Milo. We would then see Pharrell do the same thing with his brands, Billionaire Boys Club and Ice Cream, and you also see the chain where it follows the same mascot symbolism. This chain cost about $2 million and it was actually designed by Nigo, and Drake ended up buying it through auction and said he was gonna melt it down. But Pharrell showed how the love of fashion can transcend any type of hate when he included Nigo in his fall/winter 2025 Louis Vuitton collection, which was actually a pretty good collection, and it kind of shows the story of their relationship and upcoming. I was probably wondering, Ren, none of those were the first rapper. Who was the first rapper to wear BAPE? At the end of the day, it's not that much of a big deal. Who cares who wore BAPE for the first time? Because it's all good, baby. Now, a lot of people have actually seen this picture before, and a good portion of them would tell you it's fake. I'm here to tell you it's not. Let me explain. In one video was crazy. This story starts 3 years after BAPE started as a brand, which is in 1996 with a photographer named Sean Morstein. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, Sean. He's also behind this famous photo of Tupac, which I believe shows his ability to capture artists in vulnerable yet collective states. So when it came to his biggest shoot, Sean did what he's used to doing. He got ready and went to work. You know, put on his jacket, grab his camera, make sure everything's straight. About the shoot was perfect up until a moment where Sean's taking the pictures and Biggie's just staring at him, probably wondering if he had just messed up one of his biggest chances. Biggie stopped Sean, he's just like, yo Sean, what jacket you got on? That question didn't get answered, but that's not important. What's important is Sean is a pretty slim dude. Being that Biggie did not know what brand he was, he more likely did not know that BAPE did not make XXLs in the 1990s. Mind you, Biggie wasn't small around this time, no pun intended. He still insisted on wearing a jacket because he loved the camo print. Instead of actually putting it on, he just draped it over his shoulders, which is why he's not wearing it in this photo. After the shoot, Biggie was told by Sean that it was made by his friend, and that Nigo was actually a really big fan of hip hop. After seeing this photo, Nigo knew that he had to link up with Biggie and work on something. So he decided he was gonna make Biggie his own custom BAPE. Sadly, that jacket never made it to Biggie because just a year later, he passed away. Mind you, the jacket that Nigo made for Biggie never seen the light of day, but they did release this shirt, which not only memorialized Biggie, but also the